Hello, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Now, if you caught my Simple Stamping Saturday, you would have seen me make this card. This was not dissimilar to the one I made the week before. It was just a different stamp set, but I have been asked about doing the layers for the really stepped up version. So I'm going to show you how I do them. I'm using Snowbody Better. And I'm using this large image. I have already stamped it onto a piece of scrap paper. I'm not going to do all the colouring because I've already done it all. But I am going to very quickly show you what I have done. So I've got my colour selection here. I've got the markers still in from when I did my simple stamping version. But what I really want to show you is how I did the snowmen base rather than the bits and pieces that go on them, so the hats and things. So first thing I've got is my Smoky Slate Dark, and I'm going to just add a bit of shadow along the bottom of my snowman. Now if I want to have a definite waist, you know, they have two snowballs, well, three snowballs to make them into a snowman, so I put another shadow round his waist. Then I've got my light Smoky Slate, and I have stamped in Tuxedo Black. It's a really good ink for using with alcohol markers. Now I am doing this quite large so you can see it, but I'm just blending over the top with that. And then I've got my light Pool Party, and this is what's going to soften all of this down. Because it is a very light colour, it will actually bleach away some of the grey. Now if you're still left with more than you want, that's when you would bring in your colour lifter. As I say, I'm making these quite pronounced, so I've got quite a large shadow, whereas on here I've got a smaller shadow. But as I say, I want to just be able to show you what that looks like. And then if I want to add more definition, I'm just going to come in with my light Pool Party and just add a few flicks. And that is all there is to it. Now to show you what happens if I bring in the colour lifter, and I know I say this every time, it's actually a colour pusher backer. So this is what the back looks like at the moment. If I come over the edge of my Pool Party just to blend that down a bit more, and do the same down here. It's actually pushing the Pool Party deeper into the card, which is fine. It gives us the look we want, but that's actually what's happening. It's not lifting so much as pushing back. I mean, it's diluting really. So yes, that is how I did my snowmen. So now to put it all together, let me just close that down again. I have already prepped the background, and I've got lots of layers. This is a card you do not want to send through the mail. Certainly in the UK, this is going to be very fat. We'll probably need a separate envelope, as in a box. So I have gone mad. I've got 4 additional layers because that's how, for me, it looks. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals because I will need a few. Obviously, I wish I could find some large dimensionals. That would be so handy. I can find large black. Bear with me one moment while I black. Here we go. Large dimensionals, new packet. Okay, so I'm going to do it in order, obviously. So I am going to do the full background just so that everything starts lifting off. You could miss that one out and just go straight into this one. But I am going to go for the full effect. Be very careful, some of these are very, very fine, so if you do cut them out, these are their arms, so they kind of need them. I haven't gone in between for this arm here. That really, even for me, was a step too far. So this is the fullest one. So what I need to do is, I will need some smaller pieces as well. But let's start with these. So you have one there. Right, so I'm going to put one in the middle here because this is going to end up with having things pushed against it. And then I'll take some small dimensionals to add to the smaller areas. And I happen to know I've got a nice small piece that I can use for a bird. I've just done a brown bird. That's actually too big. I've just done a brown bird, but you could do a robin if you wanted. I decided that to keep the number of blends down, and also it's very small, so that's fine for me. I'm happy with that number of dimensionals. So we just remove the backings. Oh, I've just realised I haven't got one of my lights on. I'll pop this one down and then I will put more light on. Suddenly thought it's a little gloomy, and that would be why. While I'm doing this, do remember that if you don't already subscribe, you can do that by clicking the button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you enjoy the video, a thumbs up is always welcome. Right, so let's add some more light. There we go. Yes, it does actually make a difference. The algorithm likes thumbs up. So, yes, thumbs up are appreciated. I had a small piece left over. Where did I put the small piece that I had left over? Oh well, never mind. I will just cut. Oh, I put it on my scissors. That's where it is. Because I'm going to need a small piece for the bird. So let's use that small piece that we've already made. And then a small dimensional for that one. And if you've got any questions or comments, if you leave a message below the description bar, I will come back to you. I do like to chat with my viewers, so do feel free to... Ooh, I'm breaking his arm. Do feel free to ask any questions you have. Always happy to answer. I do run live craft sessions on Tuesday mornings at 11 o'clock UK time and at 3 o'clock UK time on a Thursday afternoon. So if you happen to be around during those times, do pop along. If you subscribe, you'll get an alert anyway, so it does make it much easier to know when I'm going live. You'll get an email in your inbox, assuming you ask for alerts. If you don't ask for alerts, then you won't get one, and that's fine too. But I generally try and go live even if my technology decides it doesn't want to work properly, which is what happened on Thursday last week. So I went live on my mobile phone. It was all a bit rough and ready, but it worked. So here we go, piling them all up. And then the last one is this one. Probably only need 3, possibly 4, but 3 I think will probably... No, I'm going to go for... If you're posting this through your mail service, you would definitely need more dimensionals rather than fewer. If you're hand delivering it, it's less of an issue. For me, this would definitely be a hand delivery job. Whoops. So there we are. That's all of the dimension. So all there. And then I've got a Magenta Madness card mat, because this is Magenta Madness, so I quite like the idea of having the colour coming through. And I'm going to add some adhesive to my mat, because I know it's only got a thin, a narrow margin around the edge, so unless I go right up to the edge, it's going to be fine. And then I can, because obviously adding adhesive to the back of this certainly tape runner type adhesive would be an interesting prospect. So there we go. And then I've got, this is my liner for the inside of the card, which I do still want to stamp. And I'm going to use the We Would Melt Without You and then the Melted Hat. And I will colour that. So I'm going to use Misty Moonlight for my sentiment, because I will be using a Misty Moonlight card base, and I've used Misty Moonlight in the colouring. So that's that. And then Tuxedo Black is hiding. It's over here. Don't know why I've got my adhesive eraser on top of it, but I have. And then we're going to pop this down, just down in the corner here. And then I'm going to add it to my card whilst this is drying, because I don't like using stamping blends. In fact, I'll do the front of the card while I'm waiting for this to dry. I don't like using blends straight on top of the ink. I like it to be properly dry before I do. So this I can use liquid adhesive for. So do that. Make sure it's opening the right way, which it is. Pop that down, give it a good press, and then I'm going to colour this. So I need my blends back, and I'm thinking it's this chappy here. So I need the Just Jade and the Misty Moonlight. So that's Misty Moonlight and Just Jade, and it's actually dark Just Jade and light Misty Moonlight. So pop that on there. And of course you could add some Wink of Stella as well to add to the snow effect. I won't, but you could. So that's that. Then the Just Jade. And then I'm just going to use the light Smoky Slate and the light Pool Party for the sort of snow effect. Like that. Might put a little bit of the colour lifter. Right, so that's our little melted hat. So and just pop this into the inside. And when I checked, now I'm filming ahead, when I checked, this stamp set was still available, which is always great because it is on the last chance list. But so there you are. There's a really pump it up card. What you could do, and I'm going to, is add some embellishments. And I'm thinking I could either, the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels are in the new annual the new mini catalogue, so I won't use those. I could use, no, what I think I want is either some of these, no, or the opal rounds, and I think it was the opal rounds I was looking for, and I think I will go for that because they kind of look like snowballs. So I'm going to pretend they are snowballs. Now I'm going to make sure I don't put a big one on here because that will make it even fatter, but we can add extra snow on our, we'll put a little one just there. So I'll have two there, and I'll have two two nestled in here. As I say, they kind of look snowballish, snowball-esque. And then I'll have another couple down here, I think. Just to add a bit more, well, a bit more, really. But yes, I think those look snowball-esque. So there you go. That is the layering of all of those pieces. So I hope you found that helpful, interesting, enjoyable, all those good things. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see close-up photos where I'll have the more of the dimension, etc., if you hop over to my website, if you go to the description bar, which is below the video, you'll find there's a link to the associated blog post, and that will take you straight to this project. If you want any of the products and you're in Europe, there is a link to shop with me in the description bar as well. And if you use the host code, you also get to have the 2 card kits. And if it's a qualifying order, you will also get this month's free gift. So always worth using that host code. So there you go. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!